For too long, our nation has underinvested in citizen development. The result? Breakdowns in how our constitutional democracy functions, like the shocking and unprecedented events at the U.S. Capitol on Wednesday, January 6th. We condemn the violent attack. We're also determined to not let it paralyze us. What could have been a national train wreck is also a powerful reminder that our democracy requires constant maintenance from all of us so that the train doesn't go off the bridge. At the Institute for Citizens and Scholars, we seek to ensure a resilient democracy by supporting civic learning and creating opportunities in education throughout the course of a lifetime. That's why, as a part of our civic learning portfolio, we're partnering with young people and the organizations that support them on initiatives like the Civic Spring Project to help them develop the tools to be lifelong civic participants. I asked some young people with whom I've worked over the years for their reactions to the events at the Capitol.
One of my most prominent reactions was disbelief. I didn't believe this was something that could happen in today's society, nor did I believe violence was ever the answer. Although I do believe that it resembles something. It resembles our current state in the nation.
What happened on Wednesday in Washington, D.C. was a deliberate, calculated act of treason and domestic terrorism. What happened on Wednesday was a gross display of white power and white rage that still exists in the U.S. today.
It's honestly embarrassing. It's hypocritical. It's telling and showing how that many people gracefully broke into the Capitol building, untouched, unharmed.
Sat glued to my TV as I watched domestic terrorists storm our nation's capital, a symbol of our democracy. And I too, like many Americans, was saddened, shocked, disgusted by what I saw on the TV, but I can't honestly say I was surprised.
This moment in the life of our nation needs thoughtful analysis, reasoned discourse, and a sincere desire to find solutions to our common problems. Most of all, we all need to be prepared to participate fully as citizens. We need to repair that broken bridge, make our democracy more resilient. Thanks largely to young people like these, we're hopeful about doing that and about the future of our nation.
Despite everything that's happened and all of the extremely hateful visuals and rhetoric that we've been examining and analyzing over these past few days, I still have hope for young people.
I'm excited for the future because this generation, we don't play. We're in the streets and we're going to be in the seats, rebuilding this system, dismantling racism and white supremacy at its core.
I heard people my age across the political spectrum agreeing about how we can prevent anything as appalling as this in the future.
And something that still gives me hope is the groundwork and organizing marginalized communities are doing for the future for themselves and of this country.
And I continue to learn and I allow myself to be angry, mad, and I grieve. But I also use that as a propeller for action.
It just leaves me in awe every time that I see young people at work. And I think that that consistent thread is really what's going to hold this country together.
We should resist the temptation to view this through a partisan lens. This was about democracy versus authoritarianism, about reasoned discourse versus mob rule. The Institute for Citizens and Scholars is committed to working tirelessly to develop generations of citizens and scholars to participate in and protect our democracy.